All right, guys, one of the most common things that I get during springtime is, hey, what do I throw? I'm taking my kids to the lake. What is the best bait I can go get? I'm going to Walmart, right? And quite frankly, it's this right here. It's the Yamamoto Senko, guys. And I know probably the hardcore fishermen can turn this off right now because you guys all know how to fish a Senko. You know it catches fish. You know it wins tournaments, and you know it's probably one of the best baits ever made. And to be quite frank, there's a reason why everybody just says go out and throw a Senko. But during springtime, the most common thing that I get from people that just know that I like to bass fish is, hey Chris, I'm gonna take my kid out to Folsom, Orville, Clear Lake, the Delta, and what do I have them throw? Like, what do I have them throw? And my answer is always a Wacky rig Senko, whether it's weightless, nail weighted. And then it dawned on me, I haven't really showed anybody how to do that. So in this video, I'm gonna break that down, really simple, guys, so that you can catch more fish yourself, you can get your kids to catch more fish, and everybody's gonna go home with tons of good memories and stories. So this is a beginner Senko tutorial on how to rig a Wacky rig Senko, guys. Okay, first and foremost, we'll give you guys some breakdown on the color, but here's what you need to get. And I like Fisherman's Warehouse. You can go to Sportsman's, Bass Pro. First thing you're obviously gonna wanna get is a pack of Senkos. This is 5-inch Senko, regular, not thin, not with a special tail on it, just a regular 5-inch Senko, okay? Come in packs that look exactly like this. The next thing you're gonna wanna pick up is a Wacky O-rings, okay? This is a 25 count. This is number 10 in black, so the size is number 10. And then you're also gonna wanna get this right here. That is the O-ring tool. So you put your O-rings on one side, and I'll show you in a second, but you'll be able to slide that O-ring down the tool and onto your Senko. The next thing you're gonna wanna get is some sort of nail weight. And there's different sizes. So, you know, I throw a Bass Union one, Dobbins makes ones that are very similar. You can get them off Amazon. And one of the things that you need to pay attention to is the weight, right? So there's different weight types and they're really, really minute. So this is a 1/16. So I would recommend a 1/16. If there's nothing else you can get the 1/16. Now everybody knows that kids have a hard time letting things fall, you know, when they're fishing. You get all the way to the bottom, they want to reel it in, so sometimes I put a 3/32 in there because that gives that fall rate a little bit quicker, gives the Senko a little bit quicker of a fall rate, and so your kids are generally less frustrated. Generally, the heavier you go, the more likely it is to get hung up, but springtime, it might not even make it to the bottom, to be honest. There are other options. You know, this is 1/8. And here, I'll take one out just to show you guys kind of the difference. So there's a couple different styles of nail weight. And this is gonna be, this style right here is gonna have this exposed ball head on the outside of the Senko. This one right here is gonna go all the way into the Senko, and very little of it, if none of it, will be exposed. Do yourself a favor too, buy this stuff in lead, right? Don't buy the tungsten. You'll thank me later, your pocketbook will thank me later. You can buy a lot. This bag came off of Amazon and it's fairly cheap. So I can link that for you down below. Okay, so at that point, the last thing you really need is a hook, right? And I did have a pack of these, but this particular hook right here is the Aaron Martin's G Finesse 1/0 Gamakatsu drop shot hook. Quick little thing, guys. Hook sizes. Think of starting from 0, getting bigger. Size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the opposite direction from 0, 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, getting bigger in size. So as you go this way, 1, 1/0, hook size 2, 2/0, they're getting bigger. That's the thing, something that throws a lot of people off when they go to Walmart to buy stuff. So get yourself that G-Finesse hook, and then next thing to do is just to put the Senko together, right? So I'm gonna grab one of my favorite colors here is green pumpkin right here. I'm gonna take my Wacky O-ring tool. I'm gonna slide one of those O-rings down the Wacky rig O-ring tool, slide. There's a kind of a tapered end and a regular end. Slide the tapered end into the tool, and real quick, where we're gonna put that is on this flat spot. So you got a bunch of ribs on the Senko, and then you have a section that is flat, smooth. So that is where we're gonna put our O-ring. So there we go. We got the O-ring there. Okay. Next, for rigging purposes, I'm going to use the bigger one. This is our nail weight. Again, tapered end, fat end. Tapered end, fat end, you're going to put it in the fat end. So you throw it in the fat end, thread it in there. To be honest, springtime, if this were a really finicky bite, I'd say you're gonna want to not make it look like that, but it's springtime, guys. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. Okay, so after you're done, and I'm not gonna go into how to tie a knot on your hook. You're gonna tie this Gamakatsu, again, the 1/0 G finesse hook. You're gonna tie that to a fluorocarbon leader on whatever spinning rod you have. You're going to take that hook, and this is the one of the most important parts, right? So you have the weighted end and you have the tapered end. You're going to thread it through so that the hook points towards the tapered end. And you might ask why that is. Well, when this thing goes and sits on the bottom of the lake, it's going to look like that, right? And if you have it rigged the other way, you're more likely to get a snag. So if I rigged it this way, now I'm pulling it with the hook down, and in my opinion, I'm more likely to get snagged. So again, point of the hook goes toward the tapered end of the Senko, just like so. Got to get it underneath that O-ring. That's why that O-ring is there, is to preserve these Senkos as much as possible. Okay, and that's it, guys. So you're gonna let this is a Wacky rig Senko, Nico rig, some people call it. You can do this with a trick worm, a bunch of different types of worms, any type of knockoff, and some good competitors like Depths makes a good stick bait as well. I wouldn't call that a knockoff, but it's a good alternative to the Senko. Okay, so now you're at the tackle store and you're trying to figure out, well, what color do I use? So the rule of thumb this time of year, I'd go with anything green pumpkin, but I'm giving you guys some of my favorite colors. This is, and these are all 5-inch Yamamoto Senkos. This is green pumpkin black flake right here. Okay, the next one, this is electric shad. I got a bunch here. We got natural shad, which today got hammered on Lake Oroville. The next one I got here is baby bass. It's a good kind of lighter green color. And if you couldn't tell, Yamamoto makes 50 packs of Senkos. And this one is a green pumpkin. It's a purple and green flake. And this is a 50 pack here of them. And there's a reason why I bought a 50 pack is because it's my favorite color. It's my like emergency color if I need to get a bite. So guys, that's really it. I'll give you guys the 2 rods that I throw it on. I throw mine on a Dobbins 733 spinning rod and a 703. So those are 3 power. You can get away with obviously with the 2 power as well. I'd actually go with the 2 power, to be honest, for kids. And I always throw braid to leader. So I go 10-pound fluorocarbon leader to at least a 10-pound braid. Don't go over 16-pound braid, in my opinion, for springtime and with your kids. And hey, go out there and have a great time, guys. Throwing a Senko around is easily one of the most fun things to do, because it's literally a do-nothing bait. You throw it out there, you pop it a few times. When you pop it, if the rod gets heavy, you got a fish. Works great around rock, works great around trees. If you're starting to throw it around trees though, you can buy these hooks with a weed guard on them. That'll help you with your snag problem there. The other thing that is a really, really good tip is just to take out this weight and just throw it weightless. So for those who have kids that are super, super patient, the weightless Senko is great. It's even more snag free. And this time of year when those spotted bass get suspended, or those fish get suspended in general, this just sits there and floats down like this, just because it does a nice little flutter down. Whereas with the nail weight, it's obviously heavier on one side, so it's going down like this, right? The weightless Senko goes down like this. So guys, there it is. The most common question that I get, what to throw this time of year, it's the Yamamoto Senko Wacky rig. There's a bunch of different ways to throw it, but that would be my recommendation, guys. Go out, have fun, catch fish, and hey, if you catch a big one, message me. I'd love to hear your fish stories, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you out on the water.